morning and welcome back. As you can see, we're almost full. We still have a little bit more work to do. I'm going to grab the old log trailer today, head back up into the upper field where we were running the wood processor, and grab some of those logs and bring them down to the pile here. Certainly benefited a lot from subscribers helping me out over the years, providing advice or sharing experiences for me to learn more about working on my property, running chainsaws, doing a little bit of logging, bucking firewood, all those good things. One of the biggest, most beneficial comments or advice I received from many of you a few years back was to always leave a pile of logs right up by the boiler shed, because you never know if you're going to end up with an extra long winter or an extra cold winter and you start running low on firewood. It's right here, because once you get a few feet of snow out in the forest, nobody's going back. Unless you're Husky Bob and you've got tracks on your ATV. Good. Guys are calling from out of the forest, so I gotta roll. I'm gonna have to come back for this trailer later today. Many of you have asked me how much wood Guy burns and why he burns so much. This woodshed will fit about 23 cord, and on an average winter, Guy burns about 20-21 cords. But keep in mind that the boiler behind me feeds not only his garage and his two-story workshop, but also his primary residence. All of his heat, all of his hot water, all come off of this boiler back here. And if you've got a very long cold winter, as we do up here, and you've got some older buildings that are certainly not insulated to the standards they are today, you're burning a lot of heat. Is some of this wood green and not properly seasoned? Absolutely. Although we do a lot of different activities throughout the year, trying to get a season or two ahead on a load of 20 to 23 bush cord is a little difficult for us to get in with all the other different things you do throughout the summer and through the spring and the fall. Most of it is seasoned because a lot of the logs we drop a lot more than we ever need, and they'll sit out for a year before we end up finally bucking them and splitting them. Some of them don't season as quickly, others are very well seasoned. So there is a mix. I would probably say it's a 70-30 mix. We always try to put the green stuff obviously towards the back when possible. But at the end of the day, you're going to get some green mixed in there. But most of it is pretty well seasoned. In comparison, Husky Bob burns about 3 quart a year, but he also has a furnace in his home, so he uses a little bit of both. Husky Bob is now working on 4 seasons out. He has enough wood for this winter, 2022, 2023, and anything he's splitting now is being piled and seasoned for 2024. So he's well ahead of the game. But hey, if you're only burning 3 quart, it doesn't take a lot of work to get yourself a season or 2 ahead. A number of folks have also mentioned on a number of occasions that we should be using, either wood pallets or some of those IBC totes to store the wood, and that it would be easier. And I think it is for a lot of folks, but in this case it's not. As you can see, guy piles his wood right to the rafters, 8 feet up, and all the way back. And if you start to use totes or you start to use pallets, trying to pile pallets on top of each other poses a difficult situation here, because you're going to have a hard time trying to move it. Plus, you'll never get anywhere near as much wood into the shed as you will if you just simply stack it the way he does, because you're not getting your totes and your pallets 8 feet up. Well, temperature's definitely dropping. Thankfully, I got a little bit of a heads up from a few subscribers a few days ago, so I knew it was coming. I hope you enjoyed hunting week here on GP Outdoors with me and the guys out here. We got a lot of firewood out of here again. And as you can see, there's a number of different logs that are down, and they'll start drying for next summer. We'll probably be back once or twice. We've got a bunch of logs up by the shed, so I think guys in great shape for the winter. And I appreciate you folks hanging around with us. If you like the channel, please click subscribe, hit the like button, and if you want to know when I'm posting videos, click that little bell. Have a wonderful and safe week with your families. Please be kind to one another, and I'll see you again right here on GP Outdoors. Cheers.